Kimi could be a ban coming in from their side since they are in the blue and they don't want to give it away. For Crisis, the Irithel was a good choice, but them just switching up the lanes, putting a Irithel against a Bakshia was really a problem, and which something the whole team wasn't expecting. But here we are, Matilda being also one of the chokehold right there into the last game, being banned off. Understandable though, but this game around, I feel like it should be the marksman who could be focused.
Exactly. That is what they should be focusing on, actually, because that's just kind of how the meta is at the moment. Obviously, going through some changes and there are experiments going on, but then again, nothing really that we can predict that well, can we? But as we can see, Anarchy with the Matilda ban, they could be going in with the Jukshin ban for themselves. And Lafu Kabi, meanwhile, 1 point in lead, has banned out on the chip once more, completely denying Art of his perfect comfort pick. They do not want any kind of threats in the game. On towards the next banning phase, though, we should be able to see the Baxia ban, or probably even the Kimi, the Phobias, or the Garot Kacha ban.
This game around should be there, or maybe Team Anaki should pick it up. The backlane presence was too strong for Lafu Kabi with Zozo onto the Farsa. This time around, the Farsa should be again a priority for them. But the Barang though, I'm not liking it into the game number one as well. Maybe for the side of Team Anaki, this is one of the hero that they don't want to face. It definitely it is annoying. You have the walls in front of you. You're trying. You have to spend resources such as the flicker, the purify, just to get away from it. And plus, when you pair it up with heroes such as who can give the chain CC, like a Kimi or probably even the Suyu works very well. It's definitely going to be a death right there. But okay, mentioning Ray right here, it's mandatory right now. I do have to mention that it is Ray's wife.
Thank you.
Exactly. Ray's wife has been banned out of this game, so he is kind of sad at the moment that he won't be able to see her in action. But as we can see, the bans look very similar to
I see
that
her
of
in
the
action,
first
all right.
game. Okay. You're very smooth with that. Good job, Ray. But then again, like we were saying, the bans are similar to the first game. Is Anarchy going to change something up? Are they going to go ahead with the Phobias or the Lucas ban right here? And is Lafukabi going to ban out on the Baxia? We really need to see what they do here.
They are trying to open up the Berkshire right here for Anarchy. Maybe they want to put that into the EXP lane, if not for the jungle. But let's see. Let's see in this game what does it happens or not. Very similar bans coming in from Anarchy. I'm not sure why going in for the Joy as well could be countered there with a little bit with a Kaja or maybe a surprise pick such as a Franco. It can be balanced out though. The whole team composition can be balanced out with a Franco, but it's not a popular pick anymore. It's not something that our team really tends to pick it up.
Exactly. And the Joy band, though, it is, like you mentioned, a kind of a sketchy band because she can be countered if the team is just doing well in general. But then again, Anarchy not willing to take any risks. They could secure the Baxia right here for themselves. The Kimi has been banned out, so there isn't going to be much of the shred, and that is exactly what they do. They secure the Baxia. I think PG has a bit of a network issue. Apologies for that. But as we can see, Lafukabi, they are here though. They still have quite some goated picks left open. Those of the goat can pick up on one of his heroes. But will we be seeing a double Garot Kaja plus Phobius comp right here? Even the Kalia is left open. And are the drafts going to be reversed in this game with Anarchy picking up the Baxia and Lafukabi with the CC or the Kalia? But no, they secure the Lucas right away along with the Moskov on towards the goal lane, not willing to let Crisis pick up on his comfort hero even once. But as we can see, it is going quite smoothly at the moment, and Anarchy, they are looking to pick up on their possible EXP or roam along with the mid lane right now.
Okay, again, looking at the Moscow, they need to give it a good shutdown. Now that the Harit is not banned, I want to see a Harit coming in from Crisis. We know he plays it out very good on that and could be a very good hero as well. And you're talking about how Lucas is there. Could the Chrono Dashers will be helping him to actually dodge it out? But no, that's not the case. That is not the case. Once again, Valentina coming into the play. We do see a EXP pick, so highly possible that is a mage Valentina. Oh, but Lafu Kabi though. Okay, okay. I do see what they are holding under their sleeves. This time around, they don't want to go with a assassin jungler, but the glue being an addition is going to be so much, the deal breaker for Anarchy though. The front lanes are going to get annoyed, the back lanes same thing though. But I want to see how the Phobius will be able to reach up to the Moscow.
Exactly, that is the entire problem because right now it is only the Bakshia who can roll right into Moscow on towards the back line because other than that, they do not have that kind of a dive potential. Even the Phobius, his ultimate literally goes in wherever he aims, and if he cannot aim the Moskov, who has a secure positioning during the team fights, it is going to be a game changer for the side of Anarchy, and those team fights will prove to be much harder than they actually are. On towards the second banning phase, though, we can see the Kalia getting banned out instantly. We could probably see an Irital ban coming in as well, but as of right now, once again, Anarchy will try to ban out on a mage and possibly a roam.
The mate should be there for Zozo. I believe this time around Eve should be getting banned. Something like a Eve or even the Farsa could be a very good thing, a very good hero that they can actually ban. Selena, yup, but okay, interestingly enough, they went in for the Katot Kacha. Even if they give out the Katot Kacha, oh, never mind. They are trying to they got the Valentina trust for the Lucas. They just want to make sure that this Valentina won't be taking up any more ults, because if this is too much ult, Valentina's gonna get confused.
Exactly, that is the good strategy right there. Just focus your mage onto one hero and let her utilize that to her full potential. But as we can see, Lafu Kabi, they do pick up on the Xavier, quite a decent choice because he can immobilize them as well as have the shred which is needed along with the Moscow once the wishing lantern has been built up. And as we can see, Johan, as well as I think that's going to be Beelzebub, who is on towards the EXP, is there for the EXP lane, and they will be looking to pick up on their heroes. Oh, sorry. The Phobius is already on towards the EXP, so it's just going to be a jungle and a gold lane pick that is going to be coming in from the side of Anarchy.
Okay, okay, jungle coming in. I still, I'm just putting in 20% of my votes that this Bakshia would be a. Yep, yeah, Rome, and my question and my all my curiosity will be answered with this Nolan pick. Quite an interesting hero. Haven't seen that in a long time. Agreed, it can reach up to the Moscow, but there are too many possibilities that this Nolan can be stopped. But the Zozo, though, he has to uh, position himself very, very safely. On top of that, they have paired it up with the Granger, that too, the Crisis.
Yes, Crisis finally gets one of his comfort picks, which is going to be the Granger. And against the Lucas, Xavier, and even the Moscow to a certain extent, the Granger is pretty effective. And the Nolan, though, I am a bit skeptical about that because how effective is a Nolan against three frontliners from the side of Lafu Kabi? That is going to be the major question in this game.
Like, yeah, he can reach up to the Xavier, he can reach up to the Moscow, but the Chow jumps in. It's the Chow. They have to get worried about the Chow, the Granger, the Valentina, the Nolan. These three heroes, they cannot initiate. They have to make sure that the Chow, his kick is out of the way. If his kick is not, they'll have to worry about it. They'll have to be in the bushes, making sure that he's just, uh, let's not get caught up by the kick. And if they do, the chain CC is just going to jump down. But here we are into the land of Dawn. Second match of the day. You're talking about Lafu Kabi versus Anarchy. While Anarchy are trying to still hold on to the rope, trying to push it to game number 3, all these questions will be answered in this game.
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are back into game number 2. Is this going to be a match of mid gap once more, or is Bid going to step up and show his prowess as to why he is the mid laner for one of the best squads in the country? We will be witnessing it right here. And as we can see, that early poke already coming in by Zozo as well as Hectic on towards Bid. Otherwise, it is a pretty neutral battlefield at the moment. Both of these teams just looking for those regular rotations and focusing on the farm, the early farm, which is actually needed from the side of Anarchy so that Granger gets the time he needs to scale up properly.
That's true. As of now, Neeraj as well, he's just trying to make sure that someone on the other will be out of the place. Those are almost there. Okay, he moves in.
Oh, look at that. Nolan gets the ice retribution effect onto him, has to back off. But that also means that Lucas, he didn't even use his ultimate, and that is already the early damage potential which he has, which Anarchy really needs to look out for. Because if the Nolan gets picked off like that, it is going to be quite the difficult game for the side of Anarchy. But like we're saying, it is all going to be a matter of strategy for both of these teams, because look at Nolan, he is trying to get those damage coming in, but the side of Lafukabi, they are just so mobile, except for the Xavier, that they can literally go in and out of the team fights anytime they want.
Yep, and with that, the turtle is here. You're talking about the first turtle of this game. Lafu Kabi and Anarchy, they will be trying to get a very good contest on that. I really like how Hectic is trying to get level 4. Just few seconds, he will be there. Zozo as well as the Reaper already at level 4. But oh, Moon Knight will. Oh, I like the dodge, but unfortunately, he is the first blood.
That's just how grinders played. You spam your ultimates, but look at on towards the turtle side. Bit tries to go in the beast form. Nolan getting caught into that fight, steps right into Glue's puddle and will be taken down. Zozo is caught out very low and he is playing from very, very safe range. Bit still very healthy along with the Baxia there to tank it all up. But Bit though, he has to be careful. He uses the glue ultimate right onto Glue himself and secures the kill, while Zozo takes the revenge onto Baxia instead. A very, very fair situation right now because both of these teams equal trades.
And with that, I really like how both of the teams are not going in for the turtle. There is a Hectic trying to come in. Mira's trying to dodge the Dawning Light, but oh, Shinigami with the perfect retribution. He goes in with the blast.
And look at Crisis though on towards the goal line. He got another kill, he secured it, and Phobius though once again tanking a lot of it. Art also trying to deal as much damage as possible, but the Dawning Light comes in a perfect accuracy and takes down the Baxia. Shinigami though will be caught out very low. Bilzy trying to look for a chase, but will be ulted by Glue instead, but the flick play comes in. He actually managed to secure that kill onto the Lucas while Crisis takes down the tier 1 on towards the top lane. Smart play by Bilzy right there. And Crisis though, again, the killing spree has been secured by him.
Look, he's on a 3 kill already, which is crazily enough for his power spike to get boosted up by 100%. I really like that how the Granger in a 1v1 situation, not 1v2 situation, not 2v2 situation, trying to get it a bit hectic though.
Exactly, and even Hector gets caught out so low under 5 minutes of the game. That just shows what Crisis is capable of once you give him his comfort. This is why Lafu banned out the Granger in the previous game. But now that he has it, he has the Hunter Strike, he has the Sky Piercer. If you take a look at the items, I think so. And that is just so enough for a Granger to get that early power spike. That Shred is
Yep.
going to be coming in from the Fury Hammer, and he is just going to be melting down even Cho as well as Glue once the team fight begins. And right now, he is just stacking up. And the more time you give him, he is just going to keep getting stronger. And the only hope from the side of Lafu Kabi is going to be the Moscow. But look at that, the glue with the flicker play. Crisis flickers out of the team fight. Beast form. Lucas tries to go in for the chase, misses the ultimate, and one by one, they are using up their utilities. Baxia finds a kill onto Zozo, has been finally taken down. Mega kill for Crisis onto that team fight, along with the double onto Hectic.
Crisis is still alive, even though he is the one getting chased out left and right, picked off, looking quite low onto the same time. But I believe three members, almost four, closing it down. He gives it up near those inhibitors. Now that Lafu Kabi are going on a spiral downwards, they'll have to make sure the Moon Knight will be getting farmed up. But a good attempt coming in from the Moscow, but Miraj with that perfect retribution. He does get it on time though. Spear of Misery, just a second. Just a second. If it was there, I believe they could have gotten it. But Anarchy, they got it in their hands.
Exactly. So finally, Johan actually manages to win that retribution. Obviously, there was no competition for him in this one. There was no Shinigami to compete with the retreat, so he just secured it by himself. But okay, he has to retreat out of that middle lane situation. Three people, and he is playing it safe. But look at the Baxia. Goes in for the engage and misses Zozo, but finds Glue. But Zozo will be taken away by Fulvius as well as Bid. So, Way of the Dragon? Okay, he just saved Bugs here from imminent death. Moonlight though trying to secure those turrets on towards the bottom lane. Wilsey, he is there. Will he find? He actually finds. He does find Moon Knight. And what is going to be here? Okay, the entire team of Team Anarchy is here. And they take down Moon Knight right away. A little bit of too much of an extent coming in. Bid playing very well on towards the mid lane, perfectly defending it. But Lafu Kabi has started what every losing team does. They have started to split down on the lanes and take down the turrets as much as possible. But Anarchy is also doing the same. So this is really going to come down as to how the enemy team scales up right now.
That's true. This time around, it is Anarchy who are sitting on the upper hand with the goal difference and also with the kills as well. I am really fearful for this Granger, though the crisis just already farmed up is just looking super fine. They'll have to let the Lucas try to find him into the back lanes, but even with not having the advantage of the mobility, yes, you may argue that the Granger does have his second skill, but even if he uses it up, the cooldown is on the higher second. He has to rely on his flicker as well. So he's just saving it up, which is a good sign that he is well aware of when to jump in and when not to.
Exactly. And the Lord is already up. But look at the box here, trying to find that Moskov in the worst of situations. The Revitalize saves him. Granger already with that burst damage comes in very handy, melting down the Cho like he's nothing. Even though I think Cho has been building up on the anti-cuirass on the first lot of the game. The Lord advantage, it is with Anarchy this time as they manage to maintain their 6k goal lead. Beautiful rotations, beautiful engages by the Baxia. And like Ray and you mentioned, PG, Baxia is the win condition. Play Baxia, everyone.
It is for it's just suddenly started it. We are not quite there with the tank meta as well, but I'm really liking how members are playing it very creatively and they were okay.
Okay, Hectic with the wrong kick once more, but the Baxia does find the glue, and they will be looking to take down the tier 2 on towards the mid lane, while Nolan needs to look for the pickoffs onto Zozo. Instead, the waves has been cleared, but the turret's not taken down. But look at the Baxia gets caught out low, will be taken down because of turret damage. Nolan goes into the back line, finds Lucas, misses Zozo by an inch. But that is okay, 1 for 1. But here, the glue, he is far into enemy territory. Is he going to be make it out alive? He doesn't. Legendary for Crisis right there. He finds the kills he needs.
What a game coming in from the side of Team Anarchy. They are setting their eyes on the crystal, making sure that they want it no matter what. 17 kills already picked up. This really looks like a deja vu from the game number 1, but this time around it is the Anarchy with the upper hand. I'm really liking how the path is just going in for Anarchy, but they are treading on the red path. For me, the red path is the late game. You are letting a Moscow go into the late game. I don't like it. You cannot do that. It's the Moscow. Even though he's on a 0-4-0, God forbid he does get a power spike somehow. If his items are all up, but here we are getting a fun fact about Tigreal this time. And on to the other hand, Hectic.
But look at that, Hectic tries to go in for the flicker play but misses, and immediately the legendary comes in from Crisis once more. Baxia, look at the melt coming in just because of the Baxia onto the Lucas. Double for Crisis right there, trying to go in, trying to find the glue in the middle of all of it. Nolan misses the ultimate by just a centimeter, but will be backing right off. Moscow's Spear of Despair doesn't hold, it doesn't connect. Zozo gets caught out low, Baxia in the middle of it. Phoebus flickers in, goes in for the knockup. A misplay by this team, maybe because that's a double kill. Oh, and look at Bid on towards the back line. Tries to go in, finds one, gets back out with the flicker. And Crisis, he has picked up on the Wind of Nature. This is just going to get easy and easier.
Two kills already down. Anarchy, it is a sign that they should back off. Crisis 10-0-3. This guy is just not going to stop, and with that the Lord is up. I believe Bid is all alone though. He cannot tread on that path, but Lafu Kabi, eyes set on to the Lord. They are waiting it out, but Reaper with the first one to take him down. Neeraj will be able to make a
Johan, you cannot find the red tree when the Cho has used up the way of the dragon on you, but Crisis secures the Lord, gets the Maniac, gets the Savage. This is Crisis for you, everyone. This is Team Anarchy, taking game number 2 with complete domination in their hands. This is the match to remember. The base is Anarchy's.
game coming in. The Grange are absolute bonkers. And Anarchy, yep, they hold on to that rope and takes it to the game number 3. Ray, welcome back.
Hello, hello. I'm sorry. I was just looking at those two glues staring at each other. It was a funny scene at the end. But overall, honestly, the last time actually Zozo picked up the Xavier, I think he won that game because he was able to like use the Zozo to the max potential, But overall, this time around, honestly, the Baksha effect is real. I feel like the Baksha was definitely creating a lot of differences in those team fights as well as those rotations. I mean, that's the whole thing that many people are picking up. And also, Crisis snowballing that hard on a Granger, it's extremely hard to make a comeback after that point. I mean, people make a comeback with the Granger once he gets farmed up. So once he gets snowballed, it's